What's happening, beautiful people? Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to another beautiful webinar organized by Forex Cube with the participation of InstructFX. Happy Monday. How you guys doing? Type a yes or no in the questions box. Let me know we have sound and image. As usual, for compliance purposes, we have to read the disclaimer, guys. All information presented during this webinar is from public sources and should be treated accordingly. Our content is intended to be used and must be used for informational purposes only. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take your own financial decision or independently research and verify any information that you see and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. We would like to draw your attention to the following important investment warnings. The value of shares and investments and the income derived from them can go up as well as down. Investors may not get back the amount they invested, and past performance is not a guide to future performance, or so they say. This being said, guys, welcome, big welcome. Type your questions today if you have questions. If not, save them for tomorrow, because tomorrow evening we have the Ask Me Anything webinar that I have every Tuesday, where you can talk to me live and ask me anything you want to know about the financial markets. Now, let's see what is happening with the markets today. Again, as a part of my campaign of helping everyone understanding the basics of the financial markets, understanding trading the news versus trading technical, or how the news affect the charts. We're going to start with a review of the week, a review of the economic calendar. We're going to move on to the live charts, and why not, towards the end, we're going to try and open a few live trades, guys. Or we might open a few live trades sooner than that, so we can see the result towards the end of the webinar. Right, now, what's happening this week? Wall Street's opens higher as virus cases drop. Dow up to 150 points. Very good market opening today on the US opening. Also up ahead this week, we have earnings releases coming from Salesforce.com, Best Buy on Tuesday, Royal Bank of Canada on Wednesday, HP and Dollar General on Thursday. Very eventful week, guys. Also on Thursday, we have the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell opening with the press conference. We're going to have the Jackson Hole Symposium starting on Thursday and continuing all day on Friday, where we're going to get a lot of insights about the US economy. The US Republican National Convention takes place this week with the President Donald Trump scheduled to speak each night of the event. So expect a lot of volatility on the US dollar this week, guys, because you know and I know the impact of any statement coming from Donald Trump on the price of the US dollar and other assets. Now, we had just before the American market opening, we had the futures on the S&P 500 index climbing 0.6%, the Stock Europe 600 index surging 1.2%, 1.4%, sorry. The MSCI Asia Pacific Index increased 0.7%, and the MSCI Emerging Markets Index gained 0.9%. On the currency side, we have the dollar index dropping 0.1%, the euro rising by 0.1%, the British pound little changed, the Japanese yen flat, and the offshore yuan strengthening 0.2%. Also, WTI crude rose 0.9%, trading around 42.64 a barrel just before the American opening. Brent crude climbed 0.9% to around 44.67 a barrel, and gold strengthened 0.4% to just short of the 2,000 mark. Now, moving on this week, guys, there's volatility on the markets, and probably most of it will come from Donald Trump, guys. Also, we have a hurricane on the go that will definitely affect the oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. So very fruitful week for the ones that know what is going on. Now, US stock markets opened the week higher as the number of new infections with COVID-19 across the US fell to its lowest in 2 months, strengthening hopes that the worst of the pandemic effects on the economy are past. Fingers crossed that that is the case. According to Johns Hopkins, There were only 34,567 new cases on Sunday. While that reflects the usual dip reported at weekends due to delays in data compilation, it's less than half the peak rate of new infections seen 2 months ago. Hopefully they are doing a bit better, guys. Hopefully the peak of the pandemic has passed in the States, and people won't be affected as much. Now, this was the good news. Let's see a more in-depth article. US futures and European stocks open higher. Trump says he'll reverse ban on American companies doing business with WeChat in China. That is very important. So the US futures of the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Russell 2000, along with global stocks, all opened higher today as a trifecta of optimistic geopolitical events, but stressed markets at the start of the trading week. Signs point to a peak in US coronavirus cases as President Donald Trump makes an aggressive push toward not yet fully proven medical treatments. As well, a possible development in US-China relations has the potential to improve soured relations between the two trading partners. The dollar slipped, gold rebounded, and oil rose a bit following these events. Now, moving on, global financial affairs is very important, guys, to understand what happened and how events that happened over the weekend affect the markets today. Remember, Europe had a head start today. And when we get to the charts, I will show you how the euro moved since the market opening today and how the euro started moving when the American market opened. So global financial affairs, contracts on all 4 major US indices opened higher and were up at least 0.6% at time of writing as the US COVID-19 infection rate appealed to stabilize while worries in Europe and parts of Asia persist. As well, the Trump administration pressuring the FDA to authorize a blood plasma treatment currently under investigation has lifted all markets. There's also been some reason for hope that tensions from the U.S. Diplomatic spat might be decreasing after reports surfaced that Trump has privately reassured U.S. companies they can still do business with WeChat in China, reversing course just 2 weeks after he announced he was banning the service. Well, typical Donald Trump. That's why I'm saying, guys, this week I personally expect huge volatility on the US dollar as Donald Trump will have a press conference and a statement every single day. Why is America pushing so much? Why is Donald Trump pushing so much for the vaccine? Obviously, apart from the obvious, because as you know, guys, Russia has announced that they discovered some form of vaccine, still not admitted worldwide, but they have announced last week and 10 days ago that they have discovered the vaccine. And apparently Vladimir Putin's daughter got vaccinated with the anti-COVID thing. So very, very important to step on the throttle, to push it up a notch, at least from Donald Trump's point of view. Let's not forget, guys, he's trying to be reelected. He's getting slaughtered on all the campaigns. Apparently, America has, or most of the Americans have turned against Donald Trump in the latest chain of events. Okay, so he's under tremendous pressure as not only he's trying to get reelected, but at least if he's not going to get reelected, he's going to try and walk away with his head high, and not low, how many people would definitely want to see him. So very, very important what is going on. Now let's move on. This is a chart with the Dow Jones, and with the closing on Friday. The Dow finished last week just 5.9% below its February 12 record. Okay, now let's look at the dollar chart. The dollar confirmed resistance at the bottom of a bearish pennant for the 4th straight day. And you can see it there. The US dollar is desperately trying to get out of this downward spiral. Gold rebounded following Friday's hammer, which in turn confirmed Thursday's inverted hammer, which bounced off the bottom of a rising channel. I know it might sound like Chinese from you guys, but it's technical analysis and you have to get used to it, to some of the terminology. And that's why I am showing this. I know for some of you might seem really, really boring, but what I can promise you is that for the ones of you that doesn't look boring, might bring you a lot of money on the long run. Okay. So gold is still in its channel. We're going to have a look at the live charts in a minute. All right, let's have a look at the economic calendar and see what the week has prepared for us, guys. Right, fairly quiet day on the European markets as most of the Mondays. Okay, let's see what is going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, we start the morning with announcements in the Eurozone. A lot of announcements on the gross domestic product coming from Germany. We have an employment level for the second quarter on the Swiss franc, followed by more German announcements in the Eurozone. Then in the afternoon, we have new home sales, very important for the US dollar and new home sales for July. Okay, FOMC daily speaks and API crude oil stock tomorrow afternoon. So good day to trade tomorrow. Good day to trade the majors, the euro and the US dollar. Also oil, all eyes on the crude oil stock. On Wednesday, guys, we have again a big day. Apart from the crude oil inventories that are released every Wednesday. Okay, we're gonna have a press conference from European Central Bank. We're gonna have core durable good orders in at the market opening on the US dollar. For the South African traders, you have the core CPI and the consumer price index month to month at 11 o'clock Europe time and South African time. So expect a bit of volatility on USD ZAR when those announcements come out on Wednesday at 11 o'clock. On a Thursday, guys, as I said, the Jackson Hole Symposium is starting. It's going to last Thursday and Friday. So Thursday, we're entering a battle, I'm tempted to say, a volatility battle on the chart. Okay, in the morning, we have the gross domestic product early in the morning on the Swiss franc. Yeah, the GDP quarterly and the GDP price index on the US dollar, along with the initial jobless claims. Okay, and by far the biggest event is the Jackson Hole Symposium with Federal Reserve Chairman Powell speaking. Okay, on Friday, a couple of announcements on the pound, a few announcements in the Eurozone. Yeah, and then in the afternoon, the usual announcements on the US dollar and Canada. Canada is announcing on Friday afternoon the gross domestic product, the yearly for the second quarter, and the monthly one for June. Okay, but let's not forget, most probably Friday will be led by the Jackson Hole Symposium, which will go close to the finish line. Okay, this is what's happening in the economic calendar. Now, let's have a look at the live charts, guys, and see what is going on. If there's any trading opportunity for today. Okay, let's have a quick look at crude oil. Okay, and try and do a bit of chart analysis. Now, we're on a 4-hour chart for beginner traders. Every candlestick here represents 4 hours. So we're looking back in time for about a week. Okay, how did oil move last week? I'm just going to draw some trend lines, some support resistance levels, yeah, and hopefully you're going to get a good understanding. So what I'm doing right now, I am drawing a trend channel on crude oil, and we can see that oil definitely moved higher. Yeah, last week with big swings up and down, big up and down swings for oil. Okay, we saw a high of 43.51 reached on the 5th of the month, and since then oil is trying to recover and get back to the trend channel. Okay, let's see what investing.com has to say about commodities now. All right, apparently the dollar tends to strengthen today, guys. We have strong sell positions on gold, silver, copper, and strong buy positions on crude oil and Brent oil, also on natural gas. You will often see that the natural gas tends to move the opposite direction from crude oil and Brent oil. Okay, but on this case, they move together, and I'll explain to you the reason why in just a minute. Now, okay, this being said, I'm very curious. I'm gonna try and do something, guys. Okay, oil. What is going on with oil? Oil is indeed pushing higher. Let's have a look on a 4-hour chart. Now I'm looking at the charts. Oil, it tends to be dropping a bit since the American opening. I don't know what to do yet. I'm expecting this correction on crude oil to happen. Let's see if it's good to buy. Let's see if it's good to buy. Okay, let's give it a few minutes and take it from there. Right, let's move on back to the charts and have a look at the euro. Right, the euro, guys, I'm going to move it to a 1-hour chart. This is the movement the euro had during the day today until the American opening. Yeah, up to the American opening, we saw very good opening on the euro. Now it opened somewhere there, sorry. Okay, there. This is how the euro moved during the day until the American opening, and this is what happens after the American opening. Okay, euro seems to push down, yeah, to correct after the higher push. Also, the pound, yeah, has pushed lower. The pound didn't move much today. Yeah, I think the European market started there, and the pound moved all the way up to that level today during the day. Market opened, yeah, we can clearly see the pound dropping a bit. It reached an important support level, okay, which is that one over there. We have a lower low there, and obviously two higher highs here, one at this level, okay, and the higher high at that level. So these are the levels for the pound as we see them on the charts. Now, from here on, what will the pound do? Okay, we have two options at this stage. Either the pound will stay in this channel and start ranging a bit, okay, or it will test the lows again, doing this breakout. And if that happens, many traders will see that as a very good sell position, yeah, from there to the previous low, which is somewhere there in that region. The only time will tell. I will try and take a couple of positions today to see what's going on. There we go. The dollar, which has been fighting for his life today again on the European session, seems to be getting a bit of a boost after the American opening today. Seems to want to push a bit higher against the Japanese yuan. The Aussie dollar, which again done really well on the European session, yeah, it's starting to pull back a bit. Okay, USD Canadian, there you go, guys. Very good market opening on the USD Canadian pair. Very good push. So my guess is now most of the traders are targeting this level, which is not very far from the current market price. Okay, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, you can see the positive opening today. They opened with a gap again. So the ones of you that had long positions since Friday, since last week, well done today, very well done. I'm sure you had a very good surprise when you opened your trading account after the US opening. Same with the S&P 500. Yeah, we see it pushing higher and opening with a gap. Okay, Apple seems to, even though it opened with a gap, it opened positive today, seems to be pulling back a bit. Probably a lot of traders with long positions are closing their positions now, pushing the markets a we had a positive opening today. Okay, let's see what is happening with the dollar index. The dollar index will give us, let's refresh the page. The dollar index will give us the hint that we need, a clear hint on the US dollar, on the direction of the. So the dollar seems to be entering an uptrend, a very, very interesting trend channel. Oh my God, give me just a second, guys. I got kicked out. I've noticed many times on investing.com after the American opening around this time, the charts seem to be probably they're resetting the servers, or there's a lot of traffic after the American opening. All right, it doesn't want to work, so I'm just going to continue on the MT4. Okay. Now let's try and take some positions. Yeah, we can see. Let's see what is happening with the euro. So for beginner traders, how I do my technical analysis, as an example of how you could read the charts. Yeah, I always start looking at the charts on a 4-hour chart, and then I start decreasing the time frame, calculating my entry. Yeah. So in this case, I decided to go with a sell position on the euro US dollar. Okay, one, because I see push. Yeah, and I can probably, you can tell. Yeah, you can see I'm trying to eye for a channel. Yeah, for a trend channel. There is the channel. Okay, and if I'm correct, then the euro should be testing the ups and lows of the channel. Yes, so RSI pointing downwards, stochastic pointing downwards. Okay, on a 1-hour chart. On a 15-minute chart. Okay, again, we see a wider channel, but again, we see the euro looking to push downwards. Okay, let's have a quick look at the pound and see what the pound is doing. Again, I'm going on a 4-hour chart. Okay, I'm gonna go with the sell position on the pound. Okay, I'm just gonna go one lot. I have plenty of margin. Now, this is gold, guys. What is gold doing? On a 4-hour chart, gold seems to be dropping. On a 15-minute chart, gold seems to be dropping. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna go for a sell position again. This is me showing you how to correlate some of your positions. So in this case, basically, I went on a strong US dollar. Okay, I said based on the trading signals that I get on investing.com, based on the good news that's coming from the States, yeah, I said, okay, the US dollar should strengthen a bit, or at least that's how the news, yeah, that's where the news points to the dollar strengthening a bit. So in this case, I'm going to buy the US dollar, whatever has the US dollar in the left-hand side, and I'm going to sell whatever has the dollar in the right-hand side. So in this case, Euro USD and GBP USD, I went for a sell position. And knowing the negative correlation between gold and the US dollar, I went on a sell position for gold as well. Okay, now USD CHF. Yeah, we can go for a buy position. USD JPY, again, a buy position. I didn't set any take profit or stop loss yet. Okay, I'm just gonna give the markets a bit of time to breathe. And if I'm correct, most of the trades or all the trades will go into profit. Okay, I'm only trading some majors today. I don't want to go deep into diversifying my positions way too much. Okay, as you can see, the movement has started already. Okay, so now all we can do is hope for a good entry. Now, this is how you treat the markets if you expect the US dollar to strengthen a bit. Yeah, following a cascade of good news coming from the States. Also, very important, okay, especially on the MT4, MT5 platforms, the higher the margin percentage, yeah, the better you are. Okay, once this margin level goes to 100% and below, okay, it means you don't have a lot of money to spend anymore, yet to invest on the markets. So you might get close to a margin call, yeah, or or worst case scenario, you might get stopped out. So don't allow the margin level to go way below the 100 or 200%. Yeah, the higher, the better. Okay, now, oh, the charts have recovered. Okay, there's plenty of activity going on the US market right now. You have traders from all over the world executing millions of orders. Okay, so we're gonna see a bit of movement. I like trading. Again, this is not investment advice, guys. I'm just telling you a view of the market from my eyes. Yeah, after doing this for quite a while, very easy to understand is if the market went up during the European session, if the euro strengthened, if the pound strengthened, it means the dollar, yeah, was pushed down. When the US session opens, obviously taking into consideration the internal, tends to reverse a lot of the times. Okay, so in this case, if you saw the euro going up today on the European session, then it's expected that once the American session opens, to pull back in the euro. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. This is a thing I've noticed after doing this for quite a few years. Yeah, about 10. So sometimes trading the markets is very easy, is very predictive. Okay, and it's not that difficult. Okay, to get a few good trades. Other times it is difficult. Other times we cannot fight it. Yes, something happens behind the scenes that we don't know about yet, or we have no control over yet. Okay, and the market will go the opposite direction. What's good to know is after every big movement of the market, there will be a correction. Yeah, there will be a swing in the opposite direction, and that's your time to get out of a bad trade. Okay, see it this way. Okay, let's say in this case, I would have opened the buy position, yeah, up there for whatever reason. Okay, I would have thought up there the euro would go up. Yeah, I didn't take into consideration, yeah, the setup of the market. I didn't take into consideration the consolidation of the candlestick, the let's say potential head and shoulders pattern that some experienced traders might see here. Yeah, so let's say for whatever reason I was stubborn, I opened the buy position, and the position went against me. Now, I'm a good boy and I'm not risking, I'm not jeopardizing my account. Yeah, and I didn't play it all on one trade. I opened a very small, sensible position, which allows me to hold on to it for a few days if I have to. Yeah, if it doesn't go into profit straight away. It went against me. Yeah, we can see the drop the euro had. Now, when the market started going against me here, let's say I had two options. Yeah, close it somewhere in between, because my position was going into a minus, yeah, into a drawdown. It was eating from my balance. Foundation of the candlesticks, ignoring the volatility, yeah, these spikes up and down that you see right here, and ignoring a potential correction. Now that means I would have shot myself in the foot. I would have closed the loss at its max, yeah, at its peak. So I would have lost the most. Now, look what happens if you have flexibility in your trading account and you allow the market to breathe a bit. Yeah, there is always a correction of the market. Small, big, it doesn't matter. There's always a correction. So let's say at this stage, I would have closed the position with a loss of $1,000. Yeah, the market went so much against me, I would have closed it with a loss of $1,000. Okay, but here, yeah, the market started going back up. The price started going back up from there. So instead of closing it with a loss of $1,000, I'm only closing it with a loss of $500, or $600, just because I did not get scared and I did not close the trade at its peak. Okay, this is one of the ways to do it. Yeah, you can close it whenever you want. Obviously, you're the owner of your trading account. Nothing really happened yet. Okay, nothing really happened yet. Let's hope the US dollar has the power of pushing a bit higher today and sending the trades into profit. Yeah, we can see that one of the trades, the pound, for example, went into profit 20, what's that? $30. Okay. Um, there you go. It gives me a bit of then $37. Okay, from a drawdown of what was it? About the same, yeah, 150, 160. And there you go, guys. This is the rally that I was telling you about. We see some movement, yeah, $360 so far, on a strong dollar. Yeah, on a strong dollar, on the markets reacting positive after the good news that came from the States. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, okay, or I could close my positions right now. Again, this is just for demonstration purposes, just showing you how you can correlate a few positions. Yeah, and again, as I said last week, guys, as I'm saying every time I get the chance, you can do this once or twice a week. You don't have to do it all day, every day. Usually a few times, once or twice a week. If you have a good trading day, if you make 500, 600, 700 bucks, you can stop there for the week. Yeah, you can try it again if you want in a day or two, or you can just stop there. You will be surprised to see the results after 2 or 3 or 4 months of doing this continuously. Okay, let's have a quick look at the other trade. Yeah, I'm just gonna decrease the time frame. I'm gonna go on a 15-minute chart. Okay, you can see where I entered the market today, yeah, with my sell position, and you can clearly see the push towards the downside. Okay, so Euro USD went into a sell position. The pound went into a sell position. Gold went into a sell position. What's this one? The dollar went into a buy position. Okay. USD JPY and USD Swiss franc and USD JPY. USD JPY is still stalling a bit, which is fine. Okay. Overall, if I close all the trades now, I close all the trades with a profit of about $400. Yeah, where I can keep them open. Now I can start playing with my take profit, with my stop loss if I want to. Yeah, where I can just keep the trades open, allowing the markets to breathe. Okay, if I'm going to be in front of the computer, in front of my desktop, and I'm going to look at the charts for half an hour, 1 hour. So if I'm around, then I can leave the trades open. If I'm not around, then I can set a take profit or a stop loss. Okay, overall interesting market opening today. Yeah, the dollar finally surprised us with something positive. Okay, and this is it. Yeah, this is it. Very eventful week. Join me tomorrow evening, guys, where we're gonna have the Ask Me Anything webinar, where you can interact with me. I see you had a couple of questions today. Please allow me to answer your questions tomorrow. So join me tomorrow evening. And this was it. Yeah, not very difficult trading if you know a few basic correlations. Okay, I'm gonna leave my trades open for another few minutes, and once they get to $500, $600, very likely I will close them and walk away, yeah, with a bit of profit, starting the week on a positive note, just like the US dollar. This was it from my side today, guys. Remember to trade responsibly and make all your trades be in.